Hey everyone, I'm Kathy from Kathy Creates, where I try to inspire you to create. Come on into my craft room. I have a brand new kit for you. It's a little bit different than what I've ever done before, and I'll explain as we go here. I'm going to get us pulled up. And so I can see comments. Make sure my volume is off. It is. When you get here, say hello. Let me know you're here. And we will get going here. Okay, so, hey Miss Cheryl, hello, hello. It's been a hot minute since I've been live. Well, I was live over the weekend with the grandkids, but it's been a hot minute since I've been on Craft Around the Clock. That's because we have been sick. We had COVID over Christmas. Hello, Miss Tracy. Hello, hello. So yeah, it's been a bit of a hot mess around here. But we're on the mends. We're pretty much over everything. And thank you so much, Miss Cheryl, for sprinkling me out. And good evening to you too, Miss Tracy Dorio. So yeah, we're on the mends. We're doing much better. We still have a little bit of the residual coughing, sneezing, snotty nose, all of the things. Hello, Wendy Carter. Welcome, welcome. So I'll probably be clearing my throat a little bit, maybe even coughing a little, but you know, just bear with me here. We'll get through it. Okay. So this new kit is actually a porch leaner. Now, normally, if you guys have followed me for any length of time, no, Cheryl, it was not fun. If you followed me for any length of time, all of my kits, I always, excuse me, I always include the backer board. This one I'm not, because I can't really ship it. It's big. It's like 3 foot. So I can't really ship the backer board. Mom just posted the link. Hey, Miss Karen. Mom just posted the link for me. Mom is feeling much better as well. She's a little bit behind us. She's got about 5 days behind us because I was a very nice daughter and gave my mother COVID for Christmas. Wasn't that sweet of me? Yeah. Anyways, I went to the doctor on Tuesday before Christmas for my ENT, for my vocal cord issue, just my checkup, my annual checkup I have to do. And she did a scope, checked my vocal cords out. They're holding their own. They're doing okay. But said that most likely I wasn't contagious, that it was most likely just a sinus infection from all the postnasal drip that I have going on, and that I should be good for Christmas. We went to my son's Christmas Eve. Mom sat right next to me. She rode in the van with us down to my son's house. And the next day I woke up with the sore throat, and then it proceeded from there, and I had COVID. Did not know I had COVID. So yeah, that stunk. Oh, good, Wendy. You're going to check into the kits? Awesome. Okay. So like I said, most of my kits, as you know, they all come with the backer boards. This one does not. So this one you're going to get just the pieces, and I have already taken this out. This was a 1 by 10. Yeah, 1 by 10. It was 6 foot long. I bought it at Home Depot. I had them cut it in half, so I didn't even have to have Bob cut it in half for me. I took it out into the garage. I sanded the ends, did a very light sanding on the top, and I painted the whole thing black, both sides. Okay. Now, if you're going to put this outside, I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you seal it very well afterwards. Okay. But anyway, so you're not going to see all the pieces out here because it's 3 foot long. And I don't have room to show you all of that. So we're going to do the pieces a little bit at a time. We're going to put it together. Yeah, Cheryl. Oops. Hey, Aunt Deb. Hey, Bonnie. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So it's a gnome, and it says Home Sweet Gnome. And it has a little gnome, and it's holding all kinds of hearts, and there's hearts everywhere on this. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. Yeah, I guess I'll do it this way. So I'm going to use a paintbrush to paint the beard since it's so big. And as you know, when I'm painting things, especially with paintbrush, I always go towards the edge, because if you go back across, you're going to drag it and you're going to get excess paint all over your piece, which is fine, but I prefer it to still have that lasered edge. And I've already sorted out all my pieces. I've got them taped down when there's multiples. I've got them taped down on the tape so I can just paint. So all of this is going to be done in white and 2 shades of pink. A little bit of gray, and his nose will be kind of a flesh color. But other than that, it's all going to be in pink. Because this is the Valentine gnome. I believe I'm going to try to do this also with a spring gnome. No promises on that though. Okay, so we're going to set this guy aside, let him dry. He's going to need 2 coats at least. And then I'm going to use a sponge real quick and paint this. This is the stem to our little balloon. We have like a little balloon thing that's going to go up. And this is the stem for that. So we're going to let that dry. All right. And then we're going to do all these little miscellaneous pieces. Then we'll get to all the big stuff. Okay. Where did I put the gray? Didn't I get the gray? What did I do with my gray? One moment. I thought I pulled my gray out, but apparently I didn't. It's right up here. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I had all my paint pulled. Apparently I did not. So I'm just gonna paint this. This is the soles of his shoe and then the brim of his hat. Do I want the brim of the hat gray? I don't think I do. No, I don't think so. We're gonna paint that light pink. I'm not sure why I decided I wanted that gray, but I don't want that gray. So these are the soles of his shoes, so we're gonna paint those gray. All right, that's done. That's all we're gonna do in the gray. And then this is his nose. Hey, Miss Mary. If you see my friends, my other crafty sisters on here, like Miss Ocean Breeze and me, Miss Mary, give them a follow. We like to help each other out. And you are welcome to come on my page on your page name. I do not mind one bit. This is virtually the same color as the wood, but that's okay. Got that painted. Okay. So we're going to do that in the lighter pinks along with this. Okay, I think we're ready for pink. That's all the other miscellaneous colors. Yes, it is. My comments are not scrolling. Hi, Miss Kelly. Hello, Jan. Thank you for sprinkling. Thank you for sprinkling, Kelly Wooden. I appreciate that. Okay, so these are all going to be the light pink. So we're going to pull these over and we're going to paint these light pink. And I'm using the Anita's Princess Pink. Yeah, you know, she had to go to work. I made her go to work today. She hasn't worked in 2 weeks, so, you know, she could go to work. You know, not to mention that I gave her COVID, but, you know, hey, whatever. Whatevs, whatevs. So these are probably going to take 2 coats as well because the light colors seem to absorb quite a bit into the wood. And typically need a couple of coats to cover it. Excuse me, well. Okay. That's the brim of his hat. Tracy, you're glad you're retired. Yes. I wish. I still got several years yet. I'll tell you, that COVID is really no joke, guys. If you haven't had it, count your blessings, because I've had the shot because it was recommended by my doctor because of my vocal cord issue. And I did not run a fever, but boy, did I feel like I got run over by a truck. And Bob has not had the vaccine, and he got very sick. He had a fever of 102 and told me that this is the worst he has ever felt. So, Mom, you used to be. Yes, you did. Sorry, I pulled you out of retirement. Hello, Lavenders and Lace with Lori. Welcome, welcome. And we are still fighting the fatigue, all three of us. We're still very tired. I think that's kind of been the toughest part of it, to be honest. I mean, once the nose finally quit, because my goodness, I think I went through like 2 boxes of tissues in like 4 days. My nose was literally raw. I was putting cream, hand cream, under my nose because it was so raw. Once that quit, it's just kind of been the fatigue after that. Ugh. Frame It and Contain It by Shayna. She had the way they had the flu. Yeah, it's pretty miserable. Yeah, we are doing much better. Yeah, it was something though. Let me tell you. I've had it once before. I had it back in excuse me. The end of 21 into 22. Is that right? Yeah. And it was pretty much about the same, honestly. And my initial test came back negative, so I thought, oh, I'm in the clear. It was an expired test, and I know the CDC had said that they were still usable, but I got a new test, and nope, it wasn't negative. It was positive. When Bob got tested, he went to the doctor, urgent care, and he got tested, and it was positive, and I went, oh, crud. So, yeah. Then I got tested, and guess what? So our New Year's consisted of going to bed at 9 o'clock. We did not see the New Year. Not that we would have had any big plans anyways. Oh, yes, Cheryl, count your blessings, girl, because it's really not very much fun. It pretty much stinks. Cynthia, I've been sick since last Thursday, feel horrible. Oh, girl. I'll pray for you, girl, because if it's that dreaded C word, it's not fun. Well, there's so much going around right now because there's also all the flu. I think there's influenza A and B, and I'm not sure what all else. And sinus infections and just all kinds of craziness going on. Yeah, it's not a fun time right now, that's for sure. Prayers to all of you that are not feeling well, because I sympathize. I was there. Hi, Sheila. Thanks for watching. Hello, Jan. Thanks for watching. Of course, Cynthia. So if y'all can add Cynthia to your prayer lists, she could use some prayers. She's not feeling well. Okay, so I'm doing a quick second coat on this, and these should be good. Now the key to using the sponges is don't wipe. Go up and down, just dab up and down. Because if you wipe, again, you're going to get a bunch of paint on your edges, which if that's the look you're going for, then that's great, but that's not what I like. I like my edges to stay that laser dark color. This pink is very subtle. It's pretty much white. It just has a teeny bit of a pink hue to it. I think it's going to stand out nicely on that blackboard. And of course you could do these in any colors, you know, just because I'm doing it in pinks for Valentine's, you could do it in anything, whatever fits your motif. You all know I love my pink, so this is kind of a no-brainer for me. I'm all about the buffalo plaid and the pink. Can't wait for you guys to see this all put together. It's going to be so darling. And of course, it all has our sticky back on it. All of our kits, wherever it can, which is 99% of them all, have sticky back on the back. So there's no glue necessary on any of my kits. If you're new to my page, you may not know that. We do not glue anything on these kits. It's all done with an adhesive back. It's literally peel and stick. So you don't have that ooze that you get when you glue. You know what I'm talking about, how it all oozes out the sides and makes a big old mess. You're not going to get that with my kits. All right, we're going to slide these over and let these dry, and we're going to work on our other pink pieces. Actually, let's go back and hit this. Let's dry that up real quick and hit that one more time so it has time to dry. Hello, Miss Kim. Kim is in the house. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Dorothy. Linda Custer. Kelly wouldn't. I had it the first time my daughter was positive and I was negative. We got tested at a drugstore. By the time we got home 40 minutes later, I was sick as a dog. Worst feeling ever. Right? I hear you. It's miserable. Oh, it's like crazy warm here today. It's 43 right now at 7:17 in the evening. That is unheard of for Ohio in January. And I believe tomorrow we might hit 50, I think I heard. So Mother Nature needs to decide what season we're in and stick to it, because that's not helping all of us that have been getting sick. Our sinuses just can't figure out what we're supposed to be doing. I wish Mother Nature would get back on her Prozac or whatever she's lacking, because this is just weird. And it's hurting my face. Okay. So now we've got it all painted. We're just going to clean up some brush strokes here. And we'll set this guy to the side. Let him dry. I think we're done with the brush, so we can put that in the water. And we're just going to do one more quick coat on this little stick. Okay, set him aside. And then we're going to move on to our bright pink things. All of these are going to be the brighter pink. And this is his little Gnome hat. Okay, here's my bright pink. Now this is the Crafters Collection, just pink. This is the Hobby Lobby pink. You got 70. 40 and rainy all day. Yep, I know. Yes, she is all mixed up. All right, again, I'm going to do a brush for the hat. Because sometimes when they're big pieces like this, it's harder to paint with a sponge. So I'm going to go ahead and do the brush for these bigger pieces, just like I did for the beard. And we'll probably need 2 coats on this too, just to make sure it pops. All right, now I'm going to try to get rid of some brush strokes without making a mess. Okay, I'm going to set this back here out of the way a little bit. Set that there, and then we're going to pull these up and we're going to paint these next. I love this pink. This is one of my favorite colors. I'm all about the pink. In the summer, I have this color pink in my hair. I don't do it in the winter too much because you're supposed to not use hot water to wash your hair, and in Ohio that's just too cold this time of year. So I can't do it. It fades really fast if you use hot water. So that's usually a summertime thing. Although I was thinking about getting it put in. I go tomorrow to the hair salon, and I was thinking about it for doing it tomorrow because we're going on a cruise at the end of the month. We're going down to the Caribbean. So I thought that might be kind of fun to have pink in my hair for the cruise. I just don't know if I can handle the cold water between now and then. Afterwards, I don't really care if it fades, but beforehand, I'd like it to stay. We leave in 3.5 weeks, so that's 3.5 weeks of cold showers. Not sure how I feel about that. Or at least when I'm washing my hair. So I don't know. It'll be a surprise to all of us if I decide. Oh, Teddy just barged in. Teddy's here. Me too, Kelly. It is a good color for the buffalo plaid. I love my pink and buffalo plaid. So I just got on our cruise, one of the nights is an 80s theme night. And so I talked Bob into, which I didn't have to talk too hard. He willingly is doing it. I bought us each 80s shirt, and of course mine is pink. And very bright and loud and crazy. And so it'll be fun. Mine just came today. His is coming tomorrow, I think. Yes, we're going out of Miami. We're going to the Dominican Republic, the Bahamas, and Turks and Caicos. So a week-long cruise. Yes, we planned it that way, Bonnie, to get out of the cold. Yes, we did. Yep, it's actually, the actual cruise is from February 1st to February 7th. We leave here, we're flying out on the 31st. On our way there, or when we first get down there, we're not going to have much time because we have a late flight on Saturday night, and then we board on Sunday morning, or early afternoon, I think, Sunday. So we're not going to have much time in Miami. Now on our return trip, we're going to have a whole day because we get in first thing Saturday morning and we don't fly out until Sunday morning. So we'll have time on that Saturday when we get back to explore Miami, because I've never been to Miami. I think Bob might have went once when he was in the Navy, but I can't swear to that. I think when he was in the Navy, they stopped and ported in Miami one time. But I may be wrong. I can't swear to that one. So, yeah, we'll explore at least the area close by. I'm not going to go venture too far, but I would like to check it out a little bit. We love to travel. We love to try new food. We love to try all those things, so. I know you talked about sealing the blackboard. Could you use spray sealer? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know that I'm actually even going to put this outside, though. I may not. But if you wanted to, I would definitely say you need to seal it. And I would seal it after everything's on, because you want these pieces to be sealed as well. I mean, I think the paint on the black is going to help, but it won't be enough to protect it. All right, I think we are good. I think that's everything. I think we are all painted. I think so. Okay. So let's get this stuff out of the way and we can start putting it together, and then we're going to embellish it a little with some paint pens and some other paint. So yes, Mom just posted the link again. Facebook is really getting fussy. They don't like, which this is weird. Okay, let me tell you what they don't like. They don't like us to post links anymore in our like video description. And they don't want us to do that. Now, I've always done that. You know, I've posted the link for Craft Around the Clock, and I've also posted the link to my website for, you know, whatever kit I'm working on that night. Well, it just came out that they're going to throttle your reach, meaning they're not going to show my video to as many people if I have links in the video description. Okay, fine, we'll play by your rules. But here's the part that's really annoying. So when I went to go live and I was making my video description and stuff tonight, it asked me, do I want to promote a link? Why are you teasing me, telling me to post a link, and then you're going to throttle my reach so nobody sees the video? You thought I was doing a dinosaur. It kind of looks like one, doesn't it? Nope, it is not. That is the gnome hat. All right. Doing a dinosaur, Cindy? Nope. Yep, I think that pink's going to pop on that black so nicely. Oh, thank you, Darla. I know, Facebook's up to their wonkiness. They do so many odd things. Okay. All right, I think we are almost completely dry. These are still a little wet, I see. So let's get this dry. Drag all these pieces over here. You guys can't see, it's off camera. All right, so I'm not sure how well this is gonna work, but we're gonna give it a go. I'm not sure you guys are gonna be able to see too much of this. Trying to make room. Let me move all my paint out of the way. Okay, get our pieces out of the way. Move our little beard that is still very wet. Let's see if we can get that dry. Yeah, I have 28 people on right now. So, yeah. Facebook likes to do weird things. This is still really wet. I must have put a ton of paint on there. Right? Exactly, Karen. And the thing is they want us all to post videos. They want us to do all this stuff, but then they make it so hard for us that there's a lot of creators that have just said, you know what? Enough. I don't care. And they're done. And they leave. And who can blame them? You know? All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set this down on here. I'm going to lay it all out, and then, because I need to see what we're doing here. All right. So let's start with, let me get a towel though. If it doesn't have anything on it, I want to make sure these pieces are wiped off, because sometimes you get a little paint on the back and you don't want that. I'm just going to lay these out, and as I work, I'll show you where I'm at. So, rules of my kits. Always, always, always lay your pieces out before you start putting anything down. Before you peel the sticky off and you start adhering it, you need to make sure that all of your pieces are spaced properly, because with the sticky back, once you put it down, it's done. Yeah, Cheryl, exactly. That's why a lot of people are going to YouTube, and I have a YouTube channel that I've been growing. I've only went live over there once, and it's more of a time constraint, really, than anything. Managing 2 platforms is hard to do when I'm working full-time, but I'm trying to grow that presence. Okay, now we need our hat. You guys will see them start to take shape here. I'm not sure I've got the spacing right. I might have to move it all up just a smidge. All right, and then we need the brim. Yes, I know you craft. You are a wonderful crafter. Okay, we're gonna put this here, and then we got his little nose, and then we need his beard. Just like so. And did I leave enough space for his legs? We shall see. Oh, you're showing 34, Mom? Oh, yeah, I'm showing 33 now. Okay, so then we're just going to alternate these. I think I've got my spacing okay. Oops, I got that backwards. There we go. And then we need the soles of his shoes. And they go just like that. Okay. And then we'll wait and put all the little individual hearts on once we get the rest of this all put down. Okay, and then this guy goes right up here, like so. And then that goes right there. Okay, so I'm going to kind of turn him a little bit so you guys get the gist, okay? So now I'm going to start sticking everything down. It's not really centered. I need to get them slid over a little bit. All of this needs to go this way. This is why you don't put anything down permanently yet, until you get all your pieces lined up the way you want them. Okay, they're still not centered. I'm gonna slide this over more. Okay, I think we got it. All right, so let's slide this up. Thanks, Mary. All right, so we're going to start peeling off. What do we got? We got 11 minutes to finish. I'm not sure we're going to get all the embellishments done. We're going to try. There's quite a few pieces here to put down. And you're literally just going to peel and stick. So I'm just peeling these off. There's just a little piece of backing on it that you're going to peel off and then place your piece down. Once I get down to his hat, you'll be able to see more. So I'm just putting his words down. And now remember, if you purchase this kit, you're not getting the backer board. The backer board I literally paid $10 for, and at Home Depot, they cut it for free. They'll cut it in half for free. I took it home, I sanded the ends off, and then I did do a light sanding over the whole thing, and then I just painted it black. That's it. So no worries on the backer board. Very simple. Almost got the words done. Yes, and ladies, I have not pulled a Happy Mail in a couple of months because I've been sick. It's just been a mess. I haven't been live a whole lot, so I am going to go ahead and pull 2. I'll probably do that next week, actually, because the 13th is next week. So I'll probably either do it this weekend or next week. And I am going to pull 2, so make sure you're commenting for a chance at Happy Mail, because my Happy Mail is usually one of our kits, and then maybe some napkins and other crafting supplies. So I will pull 2 names. Mom is the one that's doing all of that right now. Okay, here we go. Now you're going to be able to start to see it come together. I'm down to the parts where you're able to see. So we're just peeling off our sticky back here. Yes, that would be important to put it on before you cut. Yeah, it doesn't work so good if you don't put it on before you cut. I do love this stuff. Okay. There we go. Now let's get this back where I want it. I think I need to bring this up. Yep, right there. Isn't it great, Darla? It is great. I love the sticky back. It is the best stuff. I sell a lot of already made things when I do like shows, and I can't even imagine if I had to glue all these pieces on all the things that I make to sell. Plus I'm in a couple of stores, and I can't imagine. That would just be so time consuming and messy, and I would be covered. Oh, I would be covered in glue. Okay. Can you guys hear that TV? I have to turn something on. And Teddy opened my door. I don't want Facebook to ding me and say that I've copyright infringement, because that's another thing they love to do when there's a TV on in the background. Let me shut that door real quick. They'll get me for a copyright infringement. They'll say that I don't have copyrights to that sound, whether it's TV or music or video game or my dog barking, my husband talking. Yeah, they make it quite difficult for us content creators. They do not make it easy. And I don't even make any money from them. So it's like, leave me alone. They've cut all the funding so much that I don't even make money on them. So, how much time do we have left? Okay. We're getting there. We just have his little legs to finish and his feet. And I don't think I'm going to bother with all the little hearts right now. I'll post a picture when it's done. I'd rather do the embellishments. Show you how I'm going to embellish them. Now, because I am not sure if I'm putting this outside, I'm not going to put any like ribbon or floral or anything like that on him yet. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to embellish like his hat. We're going to do some stuff to his hat. I don't think I'm going to have time to get all those hearts down. Those are just kind of scattered about. Okay, we got one more leg to do. This is from Dollar Tree. The little picker tool is literally from Dollar Tree. They come 2 in a pack. So for $1.25 now, or I don't know, this might be one of the $1.50s. Who knows? Because, you know, the Dollar Tree isn't $1 anymore. It's whatever they feel like charging, I think. Or even $1.25 anymore. It's whatever they feel like charging. So, yeah, this thing is a godsend. I use it all the time for all kinds of things. Yep, that's exactly Dollar Tree. And it works great. I think Cricket has one too, but who wants to pay Cricket prices when you can get it at the Dollar Tree? Okay, so I'm going to hold this up real quick. All of our pieces are stuck down, with the exception of all the little miscellaneous hearts. Okay, look how cute he is. I'll hold him up close. And there's our words. Okay, so what I thought about doing is on his hat, I'm going to do polka dots in the light pink with a little dauber. Ow, it just splattered pink on my board. That's okay. We'll probably cover that up with hearts anyways, so that's fine. Okay, so we're just gonna load up our dabber. And then the way I do my dabber is I twist it. We're gonna make him a little polka dot hat. And I like to make sure I do some that are like going off the piece. I just like that look. It doesn't look so precise. Okay. And there's his little hat. Look how much cuter that is, just with that little bit of extra paint. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to do the same thing down here on his little socks. Because, you know, your socks and your hat have to match, right? Okay, I think that's that. All right, now I'm going to take my white paint pen. All right, and on the Sweet, I'm just going to add a little detailing. I'm afraid let me flip this around. I'm afraid I'm gonna get my arm in those polka dots. And that way you can see better what I'm doing anyways. My tip has got something funky. There we go. Sorry, I'm concentrating. I'm just about done. I think I'm out of time. We're real close to it. Okay, I think that's all I have time for. So I'll show this. Oh yeah, I'm a minute over. Yep, I'm a minute over. Okay, so I just did some detailing on that sweet. And I'm going to add the hearts and we're done. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, but I need to get off here so I'm not invading someone else's time. And I will post a picture once I get these last little hearts on there. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.